The Wayzata boys hockey team is off to a great start. In our first CCX Spotlight story of the winter season, Jay Wilcox profiles the Trojans' outstanding goalie.
It's been a special start to the season for goalie Will Ingerman and his Wayzata teammate.
Back the other way, Ingerman with a great stop.
They enter the weekend ranked number 1 with a 5-0 record against 5 high-quality opponents.
We're having a blast, not even just winning like 5 games, like out of the rink, we're all hanging out together every weekend, so it's been really fun so far.
Senior Ingerman is one of the state's top netminders. He's 5-0 with a 1.17 goals against and .956 save percentage through 5 games. He's skilled physically, but there's more to it than that.
I'd say my mental game, I try to, if I get scored on, try to wipe it, not let it get to me, because, when it gets to you, nothing good happens when that happens. So
Will obviously is a very talented goalie, but what makes him special is his ability to stay focused off the ice. He's a very hard worker, and he pays attention to the details, whether it's vision training or flexibility. He takes care of every little piece of his game and gets the rest and does all the things that a lot of people at this age just don't do.
Continues to play the way he's playing, and keeps getting the accolades and wins and stuff like that. I mean, he'll end up being if not the top, one of the top 2 or 3. Actually, me and Pete talked about that a couple days ago. Just he's just a phenomenal athlete, phenomenal leader. His numbers speak for themselves, and he represents our program so well.
This summer, Ingerman tried out for and made a U.S. under-18 team that played in an international tournament in Canada.
it's a different experience for sure. You're playing with kids from around the country and getting to know them, and like their hockey path to where they got to is way different than normal high school. People out in Massachusetts, they play AAA all the time. Here we're playing squirts with buddies that live a mile away from us, and they're over here playing with kids. So a couple hours away from them, or across in California or something.
It was a great experience, even as he tried to treat it like any other game.
It's hockey. Nothing really changes except it gets faster the higher you go. So just got to adapt to that and, treat it like a normal game.
After that trip, Will played junior hockey for the St. Cloud Norsemen of the NAHL this fall. It's become pretty common for top-level players not to stay in high school hockey. But Ingerman weighed the pros and cons and chose to stay at Wayzata.
I'm going to play more games here, and I'm going to be having fun all the time with my buddies, I've been playing with them since elementary school, so that was a no-brainer coming back to play with them, so really happy with my decision.
It's safe to say the Wayzata coaches are happy that Will Ingerman chose to stay in high school hockey as they pursue a title this winter. And they feel he has a bright future ahead of him, however this season turns out.
I think Will is definitely a Division I goaltender. He can play junior hockey without question in my eyes, but as far as staying centered on today in Minnesota, I think he's the best goalie in Minnesota hockey.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at CCX